This is 93.7 The Ticket.
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
Three-time national champion Vershan Jackson.
Touchdown. Vershan Jackson, number 34, gets the touchdown.
Husker Hall of Famer Terrell Farley.
Defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror, number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
Chip, it's Friday. It's Friday. Good Sense Friday. Friday. Good Sense Friday. Good Sense Friday. Good Sense Friday. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
All righty.
All right. Yeah. I can't. Yeah. That's what I can't stop. Emma Spence is sitting in as a co-host in the building with the Captain Show. We waiting on Ameer Abdullah to call in. He will be hopefully on stream here shortly. Emma Catherine Mary Spence.
How did you
Stop, Emma. I told you to sit next to me, and you ain't really asking all those questions, so don't even try it. You thought you was going to walk up in here, Emma Catherine Mary Spence, and I wasn't going to know who I was dealing with here?
I'm impressed, honestly. Very impressed.
I have questions, girlfriend.
All right.
You have no idea, first of all, why I got you in here.
Okay. Let's hear
You
it.
know, first you were supposed to come, and I was just like, okay, I got Ameer. Emma's coming. Emma, you got a show coming, right?
Mhm.
Okay, perfect. You do a show already on 93.7 The Ticket, and I'm like, all right, perfect. February 9th or May 9th, we're going to have him in be a co-host.
Okay.
And so I had to do a little research, and I found out that me and you have something in common.
Really?
O-M to the G.
All right. Let's hear it.
Well, no, I can't do that.
Not
That's
yet?
not how it works on the
All
Captain
right.
Show.
All right.
What do you think the 50-year-old me and that was born in 1975 and how old are you?
22.
The 22-year-old Emma Catherine Mary Spence, who was born in 2003, have in common? Jeez.
Same birthday.
No one's talking to.
I just
Cut his mic. Cut
That was a
his
good guess.
mic right now. Emma was supposed to guess, not him. He knows me.
Wait, is that what it was?
Yes.
No
I didn't know when
way.
her birthday was. It's just a
You
coincidence.
did cook with
You
you.
think I looked it up? What kind of
Why
stuff
would
is
you
that?
guess that?
It's
That's
obvious.
This is exactly why I told you to sit here. Because I knew he was going to
Why
butt
you
in.
always trying to move my seat?
Because you were going to try to butt in.
I'm a staple here. I'm not changing seats.
It doesn't matter where you sit.
I love this seat.
You know what? I'll sit next to Bach next time I
Yeah,
have a guest.
that's what you do.
Because this, you can't. February 27th,
That's crazy.
right?
No way.
Yeah, way.
Okay.
1975,
Wow.
03. She's special.
That's crazy.
Pisces. Special.
Yes. Yes.
Telling you, I'm trying. Listen, I didn't make it up. You just foiled my whole thing. You think you would have guessed that?
No, honestly, I
What
had
was you
no
gonna guess?
idea.
What was you gonna guess?
I don't even know. Like, I actually was kind of just blanking, so I'm really glad you chimed in.
I would have said we went to the same college.
No, that's yeah.
yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go.
No, that's
we went
fair.
to Nebraska together. We got the same major. Who knows?
True. That's true.
Okay, so do you know who this is?
Yes.
Okay, tell me which medal she won and when did she win it?
Now you're going a little bit too far.
I thought you knew who she was.
Well, I met Emma
Okay.
last week.
You met Emma. Yeah, I know.
She's a gymnastics for the University of Nebraska.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What else?
Do you do the floor or the beams? The floor?
I do all of them.
Yeah.
All of them.
Mhm.
All around.
The whole thing.
Yep.
Yes, sir. What else? I said, what medal did she win? In what year? Okay, Boxy. Now I go to Boxy. I go over to Boxy because I know
Like
Boxy.
he don't know.
He's done his homework. I'm telling you, Bach is. I know Bach. Bach, tell it to us.
I better defer to you again.
Oh, Bach is not.
Man, we only got a
Emma,
text
Emma,
10 minutes ago, Bob.
Emma, this is what I got to deal with.
No,
Black
don't you
shirt.
try that because we just got the text.
Well, I'm just saying.
Nobody told me.
Oh, okay,
If I knew, I would have been ready.
you would have?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah,
I set y'all up.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. I did set y'all up. Just a pinch. Because I figured y'all wouldn't do you wouldn't. Y'all didn't know Emma was coming. But I
Yeah.
thought it would
You
be
didn't tell them?
No.
No.
He told
No.
us at
I think Bach told me.
12:53.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
I thought I sent the text that you
Mm.
were coming, but
Mm.
I didn't.
Okay.
Thank
My
you.
apologies, young men. Anyway, Emma, you represented who and where? Tell us a little bit about that. Canada
Yes.
representation, who's never won a medal.
Oh, Canada.
Oh, no one wants you to sing that. You don't even know the whole thing.
I know some of it.
You
Thank you.
don't know two lines. of it.
That's all right. You ever been to
Everybody
Canada?
knows Canada.
You ever been to Canada?
Oh, Canada. No, I've looked at it.
Okay.
I've never been
Thank
there.
you.
Well, you've been to Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah, you played in Hamilton, right?
No, Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan.
That's
Right.
So that's supposed to give you some juice. You still don't know the national song anthem. You know, "Oh Canada." That's all. So,
That's all you need to
That's
know.
honestly most of it.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Why are you in here co-signing with him? What, Emma?
Sorry.
Who is
Sorry.
that? Is that Mary? Or is that Catherine? That's co-signing with this guy because it ain't Emma.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. Okay, so see where we at now. You just threw me
Okay.
off.
So competing for Canada.
Yes.
I was on the national team for 8 years. I retired last August.
Stop for a second. How old are you?
22.
You were on the what? For what?
The Canadian national gymnastics
For
team.
how long?
8 years.
How old were you when you started?
14.
Dang. Okay,
Yeah.
keep going.
Yeah, 14. So that was a cool experience. You know, I got to travel around competing for Canada. I went to multiple different countries and continents over my career, competing on some really big competitions, which was really cool. Yeah.
Bronze
it was an
medalist?
experience. Yes. I have this thing that every time I compete, I would get bronze.
Yeah.
Like it was never silver, it was never gold, it was always bronze.
Why?
I have no idea.
You couldn't get past the hump.
I couldn't. It was either fourth or bronze, you know. Gotta take what you can get. But yeah.
Well, but getting a bronze in the world is
that was crazy.
yeah.
Yes.
What did that lead to? Where's the medal?
Ooh, I actually don't know.
What?
I think it might be in Canada. I don't think it's in Nebraska.
Really?
I don't think so.
You don't know where it's
I
at.
actually don't. I think it's in Canada though. I'm pretty sure it is.
You don't know where the medal is. Okay, so
pretty sure.
how did you get here?
I basically just got recruited. You know, it's nothing crazy. For the longest time, I wasn't sure if I was going to be doing NCAA at all. The coaches here reached out to me. It was all during COVID too, so I couldn't visit. I couldn't really do anything. So I kind of just said, yeah, I'll come here. I ended up moving here. The first time in Nebraska was me moving here. Didn't know anyone when I came here, but here we are.
Any scholarships in Canada schools?
Yes, somewhat, but it's not a big deal like it is here, and they
Okay.
don't do that for gymnastics.
They're more of a curling type of
yeah.
thing. So I love curling.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
never done it before, but I think
I
it was
watch
pretty
it.
cool.
I used to watch it. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Just to shake ice.
Yeah, no, it looks fun. For sure.
I had another question for you, but I lost it.
Okay, that's all
Doggone
right.
it. You've been to a lot of championships.
Yeah, I compete in a lot.
You could just 2025. What happened in 2025 in the Big Ten championships?
Oh, yeah, I won bars. That was crazy.
Dang! Oh wow! How did you know that, VJ? What are you doing to know all of this stuff? I'm cheating, Terrell. Don't look at me like that, Rail. You got your computer. You got your phone.
I'm not gonna do it right in front of her face.
I'm
She can see my screen.
Just who is Emma Spence?
These were all questions and stuff that I formulated in my mind. So Big Ten championships in 2025. You were
Mhm.
number one on what again?
On bars.
Okay, what is the bars?
So basically, it's in simple terms, 2 wooden sticks that are separated from each other, and I go back to back on them. I dismount on it, off of it. Yeah, bars is probably my strongest event. At least it was this year.
What's the hardest event for you?
Ooh, it depends. In a competition setting, the hardest for me is beam because it's so easy to fall off of, especially with the nerves. You get shaky, and then it's like
Is that the one you flip out? Is that the one,
No.
the two, or just the two straight?
It's just the one straight
Okay.
one.
Okay.
Like it's So
Yeah.
it's actually
It'll be swinging.
it's less wide than your iPhone is, like the bounce beam. So it's actually really small. And it's really scary to stay on.
Really?
Especially like in a
That
stressful
one thing y'all
setting.
be jumping on the little.
Yeah. So it's like, look at the iPhone here. It's like skinnier than that.
She said it's skinnier than the iPhone, but you saying the wide way.
Yeah, the wide way.
Got you. Yeah, okay.
It's like 4 inches or something.
Hey, Bach, you know we had that deal chasing 3, right?
That's right.
Well, Emma was chasing 3. She caught 3. Because I'm looking at all these threes like, wow, third.
I know. I'm telling you, it was always third. For some reason. It was always third.
But so the international gym mix versus the Canadian championship, what's the difference?
So the Canadian championships is against only Canada.
Okay.
So it's like a national championship. All the girls from Canada compete together. International gym mix is a competition in Canada, but different countries come to compete there. So
Okay.
it's not just Canadians.
What is the AA?
All around. So that's like the abbreviation for when you compete all events.
And all around is for everything. You get points
so
for
you
that.
get a score for each individual event and then a total score for all of them combined. And then you're ranked in like all of those different
Yeah, well, you got second there. What's UB?
uneven bars.
Okay, you got third there, and then that's what started your thirds.
Yeah.
And then the balance beam.
Yeah.
What's your best event?
I would say the best is usually bars, but
Yeah.
it depends on the day. And like sometimes the best one for me is all around because I don't always have one that stands out. But if I'm consistent on all of them, then the all around score is usually pretty solid.
Okay.
So it depends.
What's
Depends on the year too.
What's the difference between being in Nebraska and Canada? The weather. What is there a
The
difference
weather. It's so much warmer.
here?
Yes.
It's-
Yes.
It's super cold.
Yeah, it gets cold back home. Like I don't even think. Okay,
Like right
honestly,
now, what's the temperature right
So I don't know Fahrenheit.
now? You are a Celsius girl.
I
Yeah,
was
they
so-
do cells. And
What did you-
driving, they do
Kilometers.
Kilometers.
Yeah, so you said
I'm going
120.
188
120
kilometers.
is like 80 driving.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, my car's still in kilometers too. Yeah.
Okay, so wait a minute. Kilometers.
Mhm.
Well, so what's the Celsius? We'll break it down.
Okay, so here currently Celsius. It says that
17 probably.
here it's like gotta be 25 almost. It's pretty warm here today.
25 degrees Celsius is pretty warm.
It's 26 here and it's 14 at home.
Why do you think they do it in? Why is it a difference between Canada and here as far as Fahrenheit and Celsius?
Like why they use it? Or
Yeah.
I actually have no idea.
And money.
Well, what do you mean?
They take Canadian money. You have to switch it over.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, everything's
forgot
a
about
little
that.
bit different.
Yeah.
Is it still 2-1, or is it
No, it's like
$1.50
$1,
to $1?
$1 and a half.
I don't know.
Probably lower now.
You didn't take no money back over there and be like, yeah, baby, I got $5K. I'm gonna turn it to 15. Or see, I knew you did.
That's the way to do it. Because going the other way sucks.
Right. Yeah, you go back. Okay, so it's smarter. Make some money over here, take it over there, spend it over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Emma, you know more than what you letting on to be at
And the-
22.
And the dollar bills are coins.
But yeah, we
The
got
gold-
coins.
The gold with the silver around it.
Loonies and toonies.
Yep.
Loonies and toonies.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went to a club one time and they had dollars,
You had to
quarters.
get in with a loony or a toonie.
Well,
How many
what-
toonies did it
wasn't
take
that
to
type
get
of
in?
club, you
Oh,
just had to do
Oh, man. This guy right here.
I love Canada. I love everything about it. Nice country. It's just everything about it is good. But when it's cold up there.
Especially in Saskatchewan.
Yes, it's really cold there.
Y'all can have all that.
That'd be really
Get there.
cold.
What's the grocery stores? Is it just like grocery stores like here?
Yeah, honestly, they're very similar. They're
Yeah.
different names, but like same kind of idea.
Same everything. I mean, you still paying with credit. You got credit cards and all that. Everything's still the same.
Yeah. One thing though, our cash is like plastic and it's like color coded.
What?
Yeah.
You got some?
No, not on
Dang.
Brown is the
me. I don't know the colors exactly.
$10, $5
There's
or
like
something.
pink.
Pink.
There's purple. I think 10 is purple.
Yeah.
5 is blue. 20s are green. Like they all have different colors, and they are all like they're like plastic, so it's like waterproof.
When was the last time you've been to Canada?
Christmas.
Oh, so you go
Yeah,
like
I usually go a couple times a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, summer. Like I'll be going in a couple of weeks for summer for about a month, and then usually I do Christmas and sometimes Thanksgiving.
School's done.
School's done as of yesterday.
What'd you graduate with?
My major is in communication studies with minors in education and psychology.
That's that February 27th. See, communication studies. Yep.
There we go.
Absolutely.
There we go. I could have guessed that too, and it would have worked.
February 27th, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man. It's little sis over there.
Yep.
That don't happen that often, right?
No, I don't know anyone else with the same birthday as me.
Right? And I got two other people with the same birthday, same age, same everything.
You got somebody in your family?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got a twin.
Besides your brother.
Yeah, I got a twin brother and a twin cousin. We all the same age.
That's crazy.
Born on the same day.
My great grandmother.
Really?
Same birthday.
Yeah.
Yep.
There we go.
And some cousins. So, but I used to get the most money.
Why?
Because I was the prettiest. Because I had the same birthday as my
you
grandma.
want a That's a Lie shirt?
No.
We got these shirts that say That's a Lie. So anytime somebody tell a lie, you just point to your shirt and be like, you need one of those shirts.
Okay.
That was a lie.
He has plenty of them shirts.
Yeah, to give away.
Okay.
Absolutely, I do.
All right.
Okay, so Emma, you're done. What are you doing now?
Now I have to figure out my life.
Okay.
You know, I've been done with school and gym for about 26 hours. Yeah, so I actually don't really know. Next Saturday.
Okay, well, so tell us about the show. You doing something? You just ain't waking up every day like, what's Emma gonna do today?
Honestly, this morning I did because I was like, you know what? I don't even have to do homework. I don't have to do school. So I'm on a bunch of different committees. I guess that's one thing that I'm part of. I'm going to Canada in a week or two because I'm the women's athlete rep for Gymnastics Canada. Nice. So I do a lot of meetings like that. I'll be at Canadian Championships in a couple weeks, and I'll be just like, I don't know, whatever they want me to do, I'll be doing basically.
Yeah.
Connecting with the athletes and stuff. I am planning on getting my master's in counseling.
Okay.
And then I would love to own like a little company or like be a part of a company that does like motivational speaking, mentoring, and like sports counseling.
There you go.
I think that'd be really cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's you like helping people.
Yes. Especially like related to sports too. I feel like I have so much experience, and it's just easier to connect with people that like understand you in that way.
Got you.
Yeah.
Good job, Emma.
Thank you.
Okay, so you got a show.
I do.
Tell us about the show. You're talking about you ain't. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to throw. What would I do in gymnastics? I couldn't do anything. I was going to say I'm trying to throw you a lob, but I can't throw you a lob in your gymnastics. I'm trying to help you on the bar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, up on the bar. They push y'all up on the bar. Tell us about the show.
So my show is called Beyond the Routine with Spence. Because we actually have two Emmas on my team. There's me, Emma Spence, and there's Emma Simpton. So we have to go by last names because, yeah, we have to. So people on my team call me Spence. So that's kind of how I came up with that routine. And then, yeah, I mean, Beyond the Routine, just because I also like to talk about more than just gymnastics, especially now that I'm done. DP said I can keep my show going into next year. So that's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Figure out new things. But usually I bring on different teammates or different athletes and just talk about their journeys in the sport. I mean, we just finished season about a month ago. So throughout season, every weekend, we would talk about just different things that we did during season, different meets, highlights, thoughts, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, basically, we just kind of talk about gym or anything else related to gym. I really like focusing on the mental health side of things as well.
Sure.
Just kind of getting the athlete inside on how that is like, because I feel like the general population doesn't always understand how taxing it can be.
Sure.
And the impacts that it can have. Yeah.
Well, you know
what I do.
You ever thought about having a gymnastic camp?
I have. I've coached at some.
But you never done your own?
No.
Okay.
No, do you think that would be interesting?
Claire, I'll be calling you, Claire. No, I think that'd be very interesting. I think the young ladies would enjoy that around here, especially the youth. I think need to see more of you young people that have graduated and are past where they're trying to go. Mm-hmm. If they can't see you, then they don't know where to go. 93.7 The Ticket. I'm with
the Black Shirt.
And
Bach.
Who else?
What? Oh, Emma Spence.
We know you're a rookie. It's okay, Emma. You're gonna get this though on the fly.
by the end of this. Be good.
Powered by
Power.
Infrastructure.
Underground.
Brand.
Excavated.
Be right back.
Are you looking for a place to relax and unwind after a long week? Grotto Bar and Lounge is the perfect spot to enjoy a full menu and in-house DJs on Friday and Saturday nights. If you're wanting to start your Saturday or Sunday off the right way, stop by for brunch starting at 9 a.m. Don't forget, Grotto offers a full catering service as well for those graduation parties, birthday celebrations, and weekend family get-togethers. Give Grotto Bar and Lounge a call today at 402-261-3019 or visit them in person at 70th and A in the Clock Tower Shopping Center.
If you're a veteran, our nation has created a wide range of benefits to thank you for your service, but it can be difficult to navigate the process of determining eligibility, filing claims, appealing decisions, and securing the benefits you've earned. Speak to your county veteran service officer or the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs State Service Office to see what's available to you and your family. These services are 100% free, so visit veterans.nebraska.gov today. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Lincoln's new craft cocktail lounge is Bar 48 in Lincoln. Located at 2639 North 48th Street, Bar 48 offers everything from cocktails to beer to wine and so much more. With summer right around the corner, you can always enjoy Bar 48's frozen beverages. Follow them on Facebook to stay up to date on their live music performances every Saturday night. Make plans to visit Bar 48 on North 48th Street in the heart of the University Place neighborhood today.
Roses are red, violets are blue. You should treat mom to some barbecue. At Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, we think award-winning moms deserve award-winning barbecue without having to lift a finger. We invite you and your family to gather around our table on Mother's Day for Hog Wild slow smoke favorites, or place an order to go online at gohogwild.com for a spring picnic where mom is the guest of honor. We look forward to seeing you this Mother's Day. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here, summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
This is it, Husker fans, your final chance to see Nebraska baseball at home this season. It starts Tuesday, May 6th with a huge rivalry matchup against Creighton. Then it's a Big Ten showdown as the Huskers host Michigan May 9th through 11th. Every game matters and your support can make the difference. Great seats are still available, but they're going fast. Get your tickets today at huskers.com/tickets or by calling 1-800-8-BIG-RED.
Big news from your Nebraska Lottery. Mega Millions is now more mega than ever. First off, a new multiplier is built into the game. Plus, there are now bigger jackpots, better odds, and prizes start at $10. So don't miss out on these fantastic enhancements. Visit your favorite Nebraska Lottery retailer today and play Mega Millions with the new built-in multiplier, bigger jackpots, better odds, and prizes starting at $10. Drawings Tuesdays and Fridays. $5 Mega Millions top prize odds, 1 in 290 million.
Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schweizo.com. That's schwisow.com.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Early break.
Weird things that freaks me out. Unleaded gas still. It says unleaded. There hasn't been leaded gas for 40 years. Why does it say unleaded gas? It should just say gas. There hasn't been leaded gas since the 70s. It freaks me out, but it should just say gas. You can pick what, like the Hey, we have this. We have the premium. We have
with
the
Steve
85.
Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Bush from 6 to 9 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Back with Vershan Jackson, powered by Bauer on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We need to get this TV channel so I can see too. 93.7 The Ticket, fastest 2 hours in radio. It is me, the captain. I'm riding with the black shirt. I got Emma Spence, the great gymnast, in the building, along with Bob. And we got a special guest. Who I'm still wondering, how in the world is this man's body looking that good and not broke up 10 years later in the NFL? Welcome in, Ameer Abdullah. Ameer, what's happening, brother?
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
Everything is everything, Ameer. Ameer, we just gonna get right into it. Last year we started the first year running backs camp out at Lincoln Sports Foundation. We got year 2 coming up this year, where we're gonna do a camp for kids, girls and boys, Emma. Kindergarten through 8th grade first from 9 to 1. And then it's going to be a skills and drills with Ameer, that if you are trying to take your game to the next level, if you're trying to learn some things that I think has kept Ameer in the league as long as he's been there, then you want to be a part of that 2-hour skills and drills with Ameer. Ameer, talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, man, like you said, we're coming up on our 2nd annual running back skills camp. Starting off with the young kids first, and then, like you said, getting a little bit more in depth with the older kids. The main intention is just for, to build focus. I think one thing that you kind of mentioned with the longevity of my career, what really allowed me to have such a long career is focus. Focusing on the right now, for one, focusing on what you can control. And, a lot of times, when kids come to these camps and they have the opportunity to train with a person like myself or an Emmett Johnson or an Amon Green or all the great coaches who will be in attendance at that camp, it could be hard for them to focus. But that in itself will take you a long way. It'll take you to a lot of great places outside of the game of football. But, of course, we are playing and working on football at that camp. And if you can master your focus, the sky is really the limit. So I think that's the main intention going into this camp is focus, details, and, of course, expressing yourself. I've always felt like the running back position was a position that allows you to have more of a voice than any other, position on the field because, they just hand you the ball and tell you to go. And it doesn't have to look a certain way. It doesn't have to look like anyone else but the way that you want it to look. And there's an art in that. And I want the kids just to come out there and express themselves.
You going into year 11, right?
Year 11, bro. Year 11.
And that was one of the questions, that's amazing because you're talking, most people don't last the NFL. Emma, you know what the NFL stands for?
National Football League?
Nope, not for long if you ain't careful. Okay. So 66 carries, 311 yards, 4.7 yards per carry, 2 touchdowns, 44 long this past year, and 40 receptions, 261 yards, 6.5 per, 3 touchdowns, 24 for a long. Ameer, how have you remained relevant and consistent in an NFL that's forever changing?
Man, that's the key thing that you said is forever changing. And I think it is my willingness to change and to adapt. I think right now, just in general in the world, we're in this place where, and it was probably like this when I was young too, but me being older now, I see it a lot more clear. We're in this place where there's a big bridge between the younger generation and
You there? Did we lose him? Is he still on stream?
He's frozen.
He's frozen. I'm telling you.
He is.
I'm back.
Okay, re-say that. Re-say that again. We missed you was talking about generations. Re-say that again.
Yeah, for sure. I was about to say that I feel like we're in a place right now where the older generation and the younger generation, we have a hard time understanding one another. We see life a lot differently, and the one thing that is a constant though in life is change. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing stays the same, and something that's really allowed me to have a long career and a productive career is my willingness to change. Like I was saying, understanding that the game changes. When I first got in the league, it was smash mouth football. 3 yards in the cloud of dust. Really lean on the running game, and then I would say like probably like year 4 or 5, the whole thing just shifted where the generation of the quarterback really took off. Every team wanted to start their organization off with a centerpiece at quarterback, and everything's going to be run through him, which gave birth to the receiver position more, and it kind of drowned out the natural skill sets of the running back. But what I've noticed with the people who've been able to adapt with this change is they didn't sit around, they didn't mope, they didn't say like, "Oh well, we're done," or you know, put their hands in their pockets and just chill. A lot of guys started to add different intangibles to their package, myself included. I started running more routes, started getting better at pass protection, understanding blitz pickup a lot more, which has given me a second life. I would say my second leg kind of kicked in my career around like year 5 or 6, where I became one of the more reliable third down backs in the league, where teams knew like, okay, we got Ameer in the field. He obviously can tote the rock, but we're in a pass heavy league now where we need a guy who can catch the ball at the backfield. And just my willingness to change and adapt with that, I think has allowed me the blessing of playing, 10 plus years in the league now. And I think right now, the best thing anyone can do is not be stuck in their ways. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, the only thing that's constant is change, and the league is probably sure to change again. After Saquon Barkley had the year he had, all the running backs, we all had a good year last year. Who knows? The league may go back and be like, you know what? We need to go back to 3 yards in the cloud of dust. So, don't ever get too set in stone on any one place, and be willing to change, be humble.
All right there, Ameer. How you doing? It's the Georgia boy over here. Hey, look, I'm collecting jerseys, and I need a Ameer jersey on my wall. That's my first question. Now,
I got you.
Now, when you being a 10-year vet, you got guys like Ashton Gentry who's coming in to the Raiders organization. What kind of pointers or tips have you gave them so far? And how much?
I'm a free agent. I'm a free agent right now. I am not a Raider. I am not a Raider right now. So right now I'm coming down to a decision with a couple teams that's offering me some deals. But the luxury of playing as long as I have, I can kind of like take my time and make a decision that's best informed for my future. So unfortunately, I haven't met Ashton Gentry. I think he's a heck of a running back. I think what makes him stand out in this class of running backs that's come out is his contact balance. That's something that I really pride myself on as well. Being able to get those extra 2 to 3 to 4 yards every now and then, that starts to add up over the course of a game, and then you start to break those long ones. So I think he's going to be a guy where if the Raiders can definitely get their O-line in order and they can get their run game in order with Chip Kelly, I don't really know what type of run game Chip Kelly is, historically known for. I know how productive they were in Oregon, but it kind of seems like some of the pieces they have are a little different than what his system is built for. So I think it'll take some time for them to get it in order. But I think the future is very bright for him.
All right. Well, I'd love to see you in a Falcons uniform. That's only 2.5 hours away from Birmingham.
He got to go somewhere that has a line. Atlanta don't have a line. They don't have a line. They got a rookie quarterback. A second-year quarterback. Yeah. Whatever. He's a rookie. We want to go somewhere to win.
He only played 2 games last year, VJ. 2-3 games.
Ameer, when you talk about the business of the NFL, you being a 10-year vet and saying, okay, I can kind of write the ticket where I want to go. When you look at the teams to go to, what goes into your decision to go here and there just vaguely?
Honestly, I think first and foremost, and I'm not just saying this because I'm on a Husker platform right now, but I want to go somewhere that really has like a Husker fan base that follows that team. You know what I mean? A Husker fan base that like keeps up with them, just because I've never felt any love like I felt like with the Husker Nation. And that's something that, as I get closer to closer to the end of my career, I want to tap back into a lot more, just that love and that undying support that Husky Nation gives out. So I think that's first and foremost. And then secondly, being honest, I would say locationally somewhere that I can actually enjoy my life. Being in Vegas was definitely different for me. I'm an Alabama boy, man. I'm used to the woods. I'm used to country upbringings. So I didn't know how much I would like it out here in Vegas, but here I am, man. I bought a house out here. I like it a lot. It's actually way more chill than what you would think, and it's a lot of nature out here. And I felt like that allowed me to have a clear mind when I went home, which allowed me to have a focus intention anytime I went to work. So I was able to produce at a high level with the Raiders because I was at peace. So I think being in a location that, I'm in peace, where I'm not in a bunch of traffic all the time, or I'm not worried about like somebody robbing me or, something crazy like that, I think does a lot for your mental health, a lot for your mental space. So that goes into factor. And then I think the next part, it would be nice to be closer to family. It would be nice to be closer to family just so they can make it to a lot more games. My mom and dad are getting older, so they've been, on this bus and this journey with me my whole career. So the more they can see me play, see their baby boy, I'm youngest of 9, play, the happier I think that'll make me spiritually as well. And then lastly, man, let me keep it a buck, man. Anywhere that probably has no state income tax, that would be nice. That would be nice, just because I've been spoiled here in Nevada, man. We don't have any state income tax, and I've seen a lot more of my money than I have in other places that I've been. So, it is a business. It is a business. It is a business, man.
Hold on, because I want people to understand the business side of what he's saying. So percentage-wise, I'm just talking about percent. What's the difference of percent that you get to keep from not having state taxes? What's that percent? 15?
It depends on the state, right? It depends on the state. I can't remember off the top of my head, but state taxes in Minnesota were actually pretty expensive. Pretty expensive. I think it's because they in Minneapolis, and the city tax was expensive there too. I think the combination of the city tax and state tax in Minneapolis and Minnesota was pretty high because they have the Mayo Clinic. It's a pretty big medical focus in that state. So I think a lot of the taxes go towards that. So it's a little bit more expensive. So I can't tell you off the top of my head what the difference in percentage is, but just put it like this. You go from having to pay taxes in one state for state taxes to a state where you don't pay state taxes. That's obviously going to be a significant difference,
Sure.
in your pay. So that's a luxury for the last 3 years that I've thoroughly enjoyed.
Now, I gotta ask this question just because I want to get your thoughts on this. What's your thoughts on this whole Shedeur Sanders deal?
Man, I have a lot of thoughts, man. I have a lot of thoughts on it. I think I made a post on my Instagram lightly about it the day after the first round, where first I want to say that, anyone who's a second day and on guy, I'm a second day on guy. I was a second round pick, where for me, I personally thought I should have been a first round pick with my, my resume coming out of college, all the things that I did. And I was very disappointed. I'm sure Shedeur was as well. I want to say, just as a message, just in case anyone who just got drafted maybe heard their name later than what they wanted or didn't hear their name called at all. The battle of working against what decision the GMs just made to pick you or not pick you is going to be the least of your battles. Put that behind you right now. It's going to be the least of your battles. And it's going to be a lot of obstacles that you face throughout your career. But within every obstacle, there's an opportunity. There's an opportunity to rewrite the story. And I think for Shedeur right now, he has an opportunity to rewrite his story, because right now, unfortunately, we're in a very inflammatory society right now, where if a guy gives you any inclination of like overly confident or boldness or cockiness, they'll take that and they'll create an entire character about you that may not always be representative about what type of man you are, what type of work ethic you have, and what type of intention you bring to your own craft. And I think that's what's really happened to him, where like he's unapologetically confident because his father is Deion Sanders, man. We're talking about the guy who showed up at the combine in the 90s and in a velour jumpsuit, nothing but gold chains, ran a 4.2 and left. You know what I'm saying? And we talked about a guy who stood on business with everything he's done. You know what I mean? He talks, but he's backed everything up. And I think Shedeur has as well. So, you know, it's kind of hard to fault a kid who's been raised in a house that praises unapologetic confidence. And I think with every, you know, movement in life, there's always going to be a pushback. You know, I think right now with the NIL kids that are coming out, I'm just going to call them in general terms, the NIL kids, the kids who have a little bit of money, who get to come in the league, who have a little bit more financial stability and can kind of have a little bit more flexibility and decisions or personality when it comes to business decorum. I think right now, a lot of the GMs are kind of pushing back on that because, as you know, Vershan, you know, is playing in the league. The first thing they tell you is nothing is bigger than the shield. Nothing's bigger than an NFL shield, you know, and you know they'll silence you and they'll shut you down in a number of ways, whether that's, you know, blackballing you like they did Colin Kaepernick, or if that's just, you know, whatever, or a situation like we just saw with Shedeur where we know I'm not gonna say he should have been a top 10 pick or speculate exactly where he should have went because I haven't seen all the film, but from what I've seen from an accuracy standpoint, I know he was percentage-wise one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the league, you know, in the whole entire NCAA last year and the year prior to that. He took a Colorado team that was winless and brought them back to a place of relevance. He has an unbelievable IQ. You can tell by his processing. He's been vouched by Tom Brady. So it's kind of unbelievable to see that he dropped all the way to the 6th round or something like that. But I think that he is a casualty of the pushback of the NIL kid. I think a lot of these GMs, you know, we think that these teams are like real rivals and they don't like each other. I'll tell you right now, man, these GMs in the offseason, they're at the same country club playing golf together. They're best friends. They talk. They're talking about the guys who are coming out. They're talking about what they do, what they don't like, or what they can't allow to persist in the league in terms of a personality that can take the brand away from the shield and more towards the independent contractor in which we are. And I think that's what we just witnessed. We witnessed a pushback, you know, of the NIL kid. And it'll be interesting to see how this kind of levels out because I think it won't be long before we see another Shedeur. You know, it won't be long before we see another one.
Man, give me some music. We're gonna throw it to break, Amir. We gotta throw it to break on them. Hey, clip that. That was NIL kids. You couldn't have put it better than that. Mm-hmm. NIL kids pushback because they're walking into the league and they've got hundreds, if not millions of dollars. Their mindset's different than a guy like myself.
Way different. Or me, man. Like,
from Alabama, no nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And you get something. Your mentality changes. Listen, 93.7 Ticket Fastest 2 hours on radio. Ameer Abdullah will be right back with more.
Roses are red, violets are blue. You should treat mom to some barbecue. At Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, we think award-winning moms deserve award-winning barbecue without having to lift a finger. We invite you and your family to gather around our table on Mother's Day for Hog Wild's slow smoke favorites, or place an order to go online at gohogwild.com for a spring picnic where mom is the guest of honor. We look forward to seeing you this Mother's Day. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
Your new Total Wine in Lincoln has the largest selection of wines, spirits, and beers, plus totally low prices and friendly service from our helpful guides. With over 8,000 wines, 4,500 spirits, and 2,500 beers, you're sure to find your favorites and something new. You can even order delivery, in-store, or curbside pickup. Find what you love what you find, only at Total Wine and More. Now open in Lincoln next to Gateway Mall.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Are you a fan of local wine, craft beer, cider, or spirits? Don't miss SIP Nebraska's 12th anniversary celebration May 9th and 10th at Mahoney State Park and join others who share your passion for great drinks. Enjoy unlimited tastings, live music, delicious food, artisans, and lawn games as you celebrate Nebraska's vibrant beverage industry. And when you find one you love, you can buy a bottle to take home. Choose your ticket package at sipnebraska.com. The SIP Nebraska Spring Festival, a Blur event, May 9th and 10th at Mahoney State Park in Ashland. Get ready for the largest dirt late model event in Nebraska, race fans. The Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series is heading to Eagle Raceway's High Bank Heist on Thursday, May 15th through Saturday, May 17th. See the greatest dirt late model stars in the country compete for $10,000 to win on both Thursday and Friday, and an enormous $50,000 to win 75-lap main event on Saturday. The High Bank Heist, May 15th through May 17th at Eagle Raceway. For more info, visit eagleraceway.com. Let's go Lucas Oil Late Model Racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street. Memorial Day is coming up quickly, and you know what that means. Grilling season. You know what's more embarrassing than an overcooked piece of meat? A dirty, disgusting, and grimy grill. Let the pros at Husker Grill Cleaning get you ready for grilling season. They'll take your grill apart piece by piece, scrub every inch, and reassemble it so your grill can look and perform its best. Visit their website at huskergrillcleaning.com today to schedule your appointment. Husker Grill Cleaning, serving Lincoln, Omaha, Malcolm, and more. Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schweizo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
This is it, Husker fans, your final chance to see Nebraska baseball at home this season. It starts Tuesday, May 6th with a huge rivalry matchup against Creighton. Then it's a Big Ten showdown as the Huskers host Michigan May 9th through 11th. Every game matters and your support can make the difference. Great seats are still available, but they're going fast. Get your tickets today at huskers.com/tickets or by calling 1-800-8-BIG-RED.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
The weekend is here, and you and the boys need a place to hang out after your day on the golf course. Lucky for you, that place exists at Liquid Assets Sports Bar and Grill in South Lincoln. The 19th hole at the course is great, but it doesn't have 30 TVs showing all sports with 23 beers on tap. You can enjoy all of that at Liquid Assets, as well as delicious smash burgers, wings, and much more. Don't end your hangout after the golf round ends. Get to Liquid Assets Sports Bar and Grill at 2755 Jamie Lane.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Cobble Chevrolet GMC, and they're having the biggest hail sale they've ever had. A huge opportunity is at your front door right now. Some of these cars we're fixing, some we're not, and some it's totally up to you. New Sierra starting at $15,000 off list. New Canyons at $8,500 off list. New body styles on the Acadias, $3,000 off list. You need to hurry as there's going to be a lot of people heading to Louisville. Check us out at cobblecars.com. Stock numbers G121492, G187747, and G196599.
On the block with Eric Strickland, Jay Foreman, and Austin Orman.
The goal for those coming on the road, let's go get that first. And then here's what'll happen. There'll be you'll kind of be lackadaisical. Instead of keeping that energy, why not instead of keeping that energy, you'll probably see just a little bit more ease of play because in the psyche, we did what we came to do.
Every weekday from 3 to 5 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Back with Vershan Jackson, powered by Bauer, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Sometimes I gotta go DJ Emma. Listen, Ameer, Emma is a guest in here. She's a gymnast. She's done. She's graduated. We've got the same birthday. I'm way out, a lot of years. Anyway, Emma just told me, since she's an international athlete, you can't get NIL.
No, because
What?
we're not allowed to make money in the U.S.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So do you
That's
have
a loophole. That's
right?
a loophole, man.
Yeah, we just can't, and it's so annoying because so many people. I mean, anyone else can. Any American can get any NIL deals, do whatever they want, but I'm not allowed to when I'm here.
What about?
So you can't get like a worker's visa?
I can, but it's very difficult, especially as a student. So now I'm kind of figuring that out. But as a student, I can't do that because you can only have the student visa. Yeah.
Wow. So what about now that you've graduated? Can you get NIL money?
So now I can. Now I can technically do deals and stuff if people want to partner with me.
At this point,
but
you're
now
not
I'm
a hustler.
retired. Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, that was one thing that was definitely very frustrating, especially people on my team were able to make money and do deals, but I just couldn't.
Well, now that you say that, Bach, how we get the 7-footer from overseas?
Yeah, from Iceland.
Okay, so how's that work?
Yeah, it was right. As of right now, it's still kind of the same.
Take them to court.
No NIL money.
Same
Just for the love of the game, huh? They just playing it just for the love of the game.
From Germany, he couldn't do it either.
Take him to court.
Yeah, honestly.
I would.
No, honestly, yeah, you got a case there. I think y'all got a case there for sure.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't make
You have
any
the same
sense.
right as other student athletes to earn income while they're earning income at the same
question.
time.
No
question. I think you should get together with some international players and
Oh,
start
stop,
y'all.
Terrell.
Why stop?
I'm just kidding.
I'm for real.
Okay.
No, there's definitely been talk about that. And people are trying, there are definitely lawyers on our side trying to figure out loopholes and stuff, but it's just really complicated.
What was your
right
last
now.
year, Amir?
My last year was 2014.
So you one more year, you would have got you 15. You would have got a little something, but
No, I don't think when did NIL start?
they going back to 15.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think
A
if
10-year
you're gonna
period.
listen, if you're gonna go back to 15, you're gonna have to go back to whoever says, "Hey, I was a part of a championship team in 1994, 5 and 7. I want my money too." If you open up that can of worms, it's gonna open up a whole gambit of stuff, I believe. Not that we don't deserve a little kickback, but I just don't know. Do you, Amir, if they had NIL when you played, how do you think you would have handled it?
Oh man. Well, I would have been in a perfect market, man. I wouldn't have went anywhere. I would have been probably pretty well compensated at Nebraska. You know what I'm saying? pretty well compensated. I would have been Shador. I would have been Shador, man, coming in the league with millions of dollars already. But shoot, man, I worked at a car dealership when I was in college, man. I worked as in the detail department, washing cars, dude. No, I didn't. I worked at
Where you at?
what was it? Ford up on North 27th Street.
Anderson Ford.
Anderson Ford. I worked at Anderson Ford. Yeah, bro. Anderson Ford, washing cars in that hot summer sun, making maybe $400-500. You know what I mean? My scholarship check was $800, bro.
That's what we did. That's what I did. I washed cars.
Y'all had it hard.
Yeah, well, everybody can be like you and get a little payoff.
He was a star running back. I would have guessed they would have gave him the kids too.
Well, you know, I played for Bo Pelini, man. Bo Pelini was by the book, man. Bo Pelini was by the book. He was all about integrity.
Well, I had this job with Keith Mandem gave us. It was an easy job. We had to ride around with kids all day. They gave us like 4 or 5 kids, and we just ride around with them. It's about $500 a week. About $500. It was easy money.
Now I know Amir. He just told on himself.
What?
That's crazy.
He said, "I got a job with Keith. Keith Man got me the job."
No, Dennis them.
No. It's recorded. Wait
That's
a minute.
crazy. Keith ain't never throw me no job.
Exactly. You remember when I said, how is it that Terrell Farley is taking a picture with the championship back-to-back trophies? Guess I took mine with Coach Solich. Guess who he took his with?
I took several pictures.
No. You took it with Keith Man.
No, you
took it with Keith
Look,
Man.
I took it with players, coaches, everybody. Bach, I got something with me bending down like
Keith
I was
Man
in
took care of him,
an
man.
old
He
jet.
took care of him.
I was like this. You know how they was like.
Now he want to backtrack and all that stuff.
I didn't even wake up this morning thinking I was gonna have beef with Keith Man, but now I'm beefed off with Keith Man, bro.
Hey, y'all leave Keith alone. Me and Keith been friends for 33 years, man.
I'm gonna text him right after we get off this call. I'm gonna text him like, yo, we're done, bro. Lose my number, bro. We're done. We're finished.
Oh, shoot. Okay, so Amir, training. Let's just talk a little bit about that. You know, a lot of athletes want to be on top of their game. I had my nephew. Really, he's phenomenal at basketball. He's phenomenal at football. He's just, he don't really want to play football. He don't like the physical contact. But the boy can barely touch his toes.
Oh, wow.
There's so many things. So how important, and we know it's very important, but I want to hear your perspective, is training when it comes to athletics. But I want to know, more importantly, what was the difference between college training and training when you got to the NFL?
I think the biggest difference is when you get to the NFL, you got nobody holding your hand. You know, you got nobody making you do anything. Like in college, you're very institutionalized, man. You're domesticated, right? You have to be at a certain place at a certain time. There's certain things you have to do. It's very cookie cutter in a sense, where it's sometimes 100+ guys on a team, so not everyone can get a very personalized, routine or regimen specifically to help their deficiencies. And I think in a lot of aspects, college kind of makes you a little bit tougher because it tests your will, a lot, where you got to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, you're pushing sleds, you're running, you're doing all this stuff, you get punished. It feels a lot more like the military industrial complex, right? And then you get to the NFL and all of a sudden, yeah, you may have a couple period of times, a few weeks here, a few weeks there where you're with the team and you got to do their workouts, but most of it is self-motivated. And that can take people down 2 different roads that I've seen. It can take people down the road of they're like finally like, no one's telling me what to do. I can chill and do whatever I want. And then they show up to training camp and they're out of shape and they don't reach the, goals that they wanted for the season, or they don't reach the expectation that the coaching staff or the GM have for them. And then, they're on bad footing with the team. But what I really love about the difference with the NFL is that independence, is that autonomy, because for me, I've always seen the human body or an off season as a project. It's a time for you to look at yourself in the mirror, be honest with yourself and be like, man, what do I really need to work on? You know what I mean? Like, what can I improve on? And it can be fun. You can do your research on the different modalities of training. Like for me specifically, I would say from year 3 on, I've really been about more functional training as opposed to just weight room strength. You kind of get to a point where as a grown man, you're going to be as strong as you're going to be. You kind of max out. You're not going to get much stronger. And you realize in NFL, it's about being able to move to a point in space quicker than the next man. You know what I mean? If you can move and be more agile than the next guy, you're probably going to be more successful as opposed to just relying on brute strength. Because let's call it what it is, man. It's the top 1% of the 1%. Like, everyone's strong. everyone's fast. So trying to get your edge necessarily by just hitting the weight room and bench pressing and squatting a bunch maybe won't necessarily give you the nod over the next guy, but working on your flexibility, going back to what you said about your, about your nephew. You said your nephew, right? Your nephew, right?
Yeah, great nephew at that.
Yeah, like saying with your nephew, working on your flexibility through range of motion, in ranges of motion while still keeping your balance with certain things, working on being able to redistribute force from jumping, doing more plyometrics and things like that is kind of what I've leaned into. And I think it's something that helped me round out some of the raw strength and ability that I was able to cultivate with James Dobson in the strength program at Nebraska. Like leaving Nebraska, man, I was a buff hamster. I was like a buff hamster, bro. I was so built, man. I was squatting like, no lie, man. I was squatting close to probably a little bit over 600 pounds, bro, which is insane. Insane, dude. I was hang clinging. I was hang clinging like 330 pounds. I was a savage when it came to the weight room. But I got to the league and I started to get these like minor injuries, like joint injuries and stiffness injuries from lack of range of motion. And I realized like, man, I gotta balance this out a lot more with some functionality, because as a running back, man, you can never control how you're gonna get tackled. You may get tackled by one guy, you may get tackled by seven. And you may get balled up in some weird positions. And if you don't train at a high level those positions, if you don't train at high levels that force absorption, then you may find yourself with a lot of non-contact injuries or a lot of joint injuries. So training is critical. It's a critical density change when you go from college to the league, just because it's a lot more self-motivated and there's a lot more self-investigation and research that you got to do. That personally, as someone that sees the human body as a ongoing project, health and fitness is something that's really important to me. It's not just for my sport. It's something I do as a lifestyle. I really loved it. And I honestly feel like, Vershan, that's what's kept me in the league is my diet, man. The way I eat, the way I train, the way I sleep,
See,
And,
now you're one of them now. So sorry, Bach. I got to let him elaborate on it real quick. Talk about the eating habits. How important is the eating habits? Like,
man, listen.
You can't eat everything.
Yeah, I mean, well, for me, dude, I don't eat fried foods, man. I've been vegan a few times. But for me right now, specifically, my main diet is fish and every now and then red meat for my animal proteins. But my main regimen is allowing my body to detox, allow my body to get rid of the chronic inflammation that a lot of us have. And this is actually really good for you as well, Emma, as a gymnast, someone that just got done. Gymnastics is probably
Wait for a minute, because you're going real important. I'm going to slow down. Maybe we got too much action going because you're breaking up on our end. But start back with that Emma. Go back to that.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's just kind of a little computerish.
Okay, I was gonna say something that's really good for you as well, Emma. Being a gymnast, man, gymnastics is probably one of the toughest sports on your body, and the general society don't even understand that, man. Y'all been flipping, landing, contorting so much ever since, because gymnastics, Vershan, VJ, if y'all don't know, man, they start at a very young age, man. Like to master that craft. A lot of gymnasts that I went to school with, I asked them when they started, man. They started when they was like 4 or 5 years old. So like that's even younger than, for me. I started playing football organized when I was like 11, 10 or 11. And football is physical too, but like gymnastics is a lot of wear and tear on your body. And what happens is our joints just build a lot of chronic inflammation. And the only way that I know that you can really combat that is proper rest, proper sleep, but also proper diet. So for me right now, I'm on a regimen. I do this every 7 days. So for 7 days, I eat my normal,
No, hey, no. Hold that. Ameer, hold that. We're gonna dangle that carrot. And then after the break, I want to hear the 7-day Ameer.
Okay.
Because I want to make sure we're clear, because I want to hear this, because when I hear good stuff like this, I'm taking notes so I can institute into my daily habit as well. We'll be right back. 93.7 The Ticket with more Ameer.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Are you a fan of local wine, craft beer, cider, or spirits? Don't miss SIP Nebraska's 12th anniversary celebration, May 9th and 10th at Mahoney State Park, and join others who share your passion for great drinks. Enjoy unlimited tastings, live music, delicious food, artisans, and lawn games as you celebrate Nebraska's vibrant beverage industry. And when you find one you love, you can buy a bottle to take home. Choose your ticket package at sipnebraska.com. The SIP Nebraska Spring Festival, a Blur event, May 9th and 10th at Mahoney State Park in Ashland.
Support Matt Talbot Kitchen and Outreach on Give to Lincoln Day. Your gift will be received by a portion of Lincoln Community Foundation's matching fund. Homelessness is a complex problem facing our community. By working together, we can find solutions. Your donation for Give to Lincoln Day moves us closer to ensuring that everyone in Lincoln has a safe place to sleep at night. Because of your generosity, hope lives here. Give anytime through May 29th at givetolincoln.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Midwest Bank is now hiring in Lincoln. They have multiple banking positions open and are looking for dynamic individuals passionate about helping others and building relationships. With a family-friendly culture, competitive benefits, and unique perks, Midwest Bank is a great place to start a new career. Apply today at midwest.bank. Midwest Bank is an equal opportunity employer, member FDIC.
Batter up! Join us this summer at Haymarket Park for 50 action-packed Salt Dogs games running now through August. Visit saltdogs.com for updates on everything you need to know about weekly promotions, giveaways, and special events. That's where you'll find the latest updates to make sure you catch all the excitement and never miss a homestand you want to attend. Haymarket Park is your ticket to fun all summer long. Visit saltdogs.com to get your tickets and unleash the fun.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
I tried to hide my cigarette smoking. Then I was rushed into emergency surgery to repair the damage smoking did to my heart. It shocked everyone because they thought I was healthy. Yet because I smoked, I had a severe heart condition that nearly killed me. My tip is, you may be able to hide your smoking from the world, but you can't hide from the damage smoking does to your body.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
This is 93.7 The Ticket.
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
Three-time national champion Vershan Jackson.
Touchdown. Vershan Jackson, number 34, gets the touchdown.
Husker Hall of Famer Terrell Farley.
Defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror, number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
Don't hit the car.
Happy birthday, Dylan Riola. He turned 20. Well, do you remember when you turned 20?
Yeah.
What was you doing?
I was a junior when I was 20.
Was you here or in Juco?
I was in Nebraska.
What'd you do?
Practice.
Okay.
It was August 16th.
Emma, when you turned 20, do you remember? It was just 2 years
It was
ago.
a couple years ago. Yeah, I was here. I was definitely here. I think we were still in season, so it was really close to a meet.
Okay, Bach.
Yeah.
20, what'd you do?
Yeah, I think I was still in school. I don't remember celebrating. I think I was on vacation or something.
I'll tell you what I got for my 20th birthday.
I gotta get around to.
Right.
I got Amir. Do you remember what you did when you turned 20?
Yeah, I went to the College World Series.
Up in Omaha.
Up in Omaha. I went to the College World Series.
I
And,
can't.
you know how that goes. You know how that goes.
You gotta go. I mean, I wanted one of you guys to be like, yeah, I went to the club and I was about to say, no, it's 21. See, got you.
I was in the club at 20, but I had an idea.
You was in at 20.
Huh?
Anyway, that's a whole nother story. Because my cousins down south, they got started early.
Yeah, we
like
started.
you said,
Yeah, we
15, 16.
Yeah. I tell you what I got for.
I was drinking
I
beers.
I can tell you what I got for my 20th birthday. So
What'd you
the
get?
female left it on the front porch.
What?
A big jug of OE.
Oh my God. See, you see what I got to deal with, Amir?
Yeah, man.
Old English.
Yeah, but I'm 10 years older. I can talk about the old stuff.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I'm 10 years old, so I don't care about the old days.
Okay, Amir, get back to this 7-day, the Amir 7-day theory.
Yeah. So my 7-day theory is this, man. I'm really big on fasting. My family, we grew up, fasting, things like that, and it really helps the digestive tract reset itself when you can really just change the density in how you eat. And what I mean by density is like things that decay, right? Like animal products, they decay, and while they carry a lot of things we need, like amino acids and B12 and stuff like that, which are really important for rebuilding the muscles, they still are pretty much roadkill in your body. You know what I'm saying? So like, especially if you're not getting the right source of it, it's doing more harm to you than it actually is benefiting you. So for me to kind of counteract that, because I do need a protein source, being someone that trains at a high volume, plays a very physical sport, needs that armor, needs that muscle on me, is for 7 days. So think about a 30-day period, right? So for 7 days, I eat my normal, regimen, which is fruit in the morning, coconut water in the morning. I don't really eat breakfast until really lunchtime is around my breakfast time. I eat still breakfast foods around that time, but around like 11, 15, closer to noon is when I eat my my breakfast. And then I snack throughout the day, healthy snacks, and I have dinner at night. So I do that for 7 days, and then after that 7th day, for a 3-day period, I do a juice fast. I do a juice and a fruit fast, where I do nothing but juice and fruit for 3 days, and that really helps you cleanse your body. It allows you just to eat things that are electric, that allows your body to be a conductor. I'm really big on just keeping yourself at a vibrational level. I'm really big on meditation, breath work, things like that kind of keep you consciously and creatively upbeat. And fruit naturally keeps you in that space. So I do a 3-day fruit fast, juice fast, and then I cycle back on to food for 7 days and 3 days. I do that all throughout the year for 30-day increments. And for me, I stay lean. I stay really, really chisel. I recover very fast. That's something about me. Like, dude, I just got done running hills. I did 27 reps of hills this morning, and already I'm back. I'm like, bro, I can go hike. I'm thinking about go hiking, this afternoon, and that's only just because of my diet. It's because I'm not eating these super salty and heavy and fat and sodium meats and things like that all the time, that your body needs time to break down, and as an athlete, Emma, VJ, and everyone, like, we don't have time. We don't have time. Time is the one thing we never have. We don't have time to really rest. Like, I always tell the young guys when we get to training camp, your first day, I'm like, remember this feeling, because this is the best you're going to feel for the next 5 months. Your body won't feel like this for 5 months, guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? So like, for me to kind of counteract that feeling diet is really, really big for me, man. I cook all my own meals. You know what I'm saying? I rarely eat out, just because once again you get to control exactly what ingredients and spices and different things are in your food. I'm gluten free. Like I said, sometimes I go through periods where I'm vegan, and I think everyone's different. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying all this to y'all right now, and one regimen won't work for everybody, but this has been really, really good for me. And I think that it could definitely help out a lot of people who struggle with chronic inflammation, who wake up in the morning and their feet are hurting. They wake up in the morning and their joints are hurting. Hurts to go up the stairs. Cut out the meat for a little bit. Allow yourself to have like a 3-day juice fast at some point throughout the month, and get back to me. Let me know how it goes.
Bach, you got some questions for Amir? You know, I'll steal him all.
Yeah, I did want to know, because they did have success, Amir, you did in kick returns this last year, including a 68-yarder, averaged over 30 yards a return. Just kind of get your thoughts on the new kick return rules in the NFL. Did that kind of change how you approach the kick return, or was it about normal?
No, it did. It definitely did change the way you approach it, man. It's a lot different because the covers team, they can't really get a running start anymore. So in my opinion, it kind of gives the return team a slight advantage. Like, I don't want to give away all the tricks of my trade of how I kind of set it up, but I definitely would say catching the ball on the move is your best bet. I've always been a guy that tries to like measure up the trajectory of the kick of where it's going to land and get a running start and catch it on the run, so you can steal maybe 2 to 3 yards. It doesn't sound like much, but if you can imagine starting from a dead stop as the coverage team, and as the returner, the ball's in the air and you pretty much intercept the ball's trajectory on its flight pattern to you, and you've already taken 2 to 3 steps as they're trying to get out of the gate at a dead stop. You have like a 2 to 3 little yard, advantage where you can start picking up speed, setting up your course that wasn't there before. Where the ball's kicked off before, they're already running and they're picking up speed for 35 to 40 yards. You know what I'm saying? That advantage wasn't there. So I think the success you saw in the kickoff returners across the league last year was because of that point I just made.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so Amir, the 3 keys, and I know you probably already answered it, but I want to make sure that people hear it again. What would you say the 3 keys to your successful longevity is?
I would say 3 keys is, for one, I would say first and foremost, be coachable and be humble. That's one thing. Be coachable and be humble. I think a lot of guys, in my experience, where they kind of flatline out in the NFL is they think they know everything. They think that you get to a point in your career where you're like, man, I've seen this, this scheme 1,000 times. Why is this coach trying to coach me this way, man? I know this stuff. I know it. And the minute you start saying, I know this, that's when the end can be around the corner for you, because learning never stops. All the great players that I've been around, the Rex Burkheads, the Roy Halus, the Levante Davids, guys who played, long time in the NFL, they were very humble students of the game, and they were very coachable. If a coach says something, even if it's not something that you're going to necessarily apply yourself to in that instant, you can still probably take something from it, and it'll be useful at some point. So don't ever think that you got it all figured out. That was the first thing for me. Like I've always just listened before I speak. I always think that knowledge speaks, wisdom listens. You know what I'm saying? Be more wise than knowledgeable in this league, for sure. Knowledge, what they say, curiosity, knowledge killed the cat or whatever. I don't want to say too much cliche stuff, but that's the first thing. Secondly, I would say, man, take care of your body. Take care of your body. It's a very physical sport. It's something that demands a lot of emotional energy too, and the emotional starts to bleed over to the physical. And any moment that you can get off your feet and recover, take it, man. Get that massage, man. Get that IV of hydration. Do those little things, man. Do your prehab every day. Something I do every single morning is I wake up in the morning and I go through these increments throughout the year where I do these plank challenges. I'm on a 3-minute plank every morning right now. I'm working my way up to 8-minute planks. And I start off
Wait. Emma, 3-minute planks. Can you do it?
I feel like I can do 3, but I don't know about 8.
I would say she'll crush that. What? She'll crush that. I already know. So the theory is this. The theory is I start at 1 minute for 2 weeks, every day, every morning. And then the next 2 weeks, 2 minutes, every day, every morning. Then the next week, 3 minutes. And it's about building threshold and building a new cognitive response in your brain of like, I can do this. This ain't as hard as I thought. And then you start to build different habits that maybe you think about or that you can do while you're holding that plank. For me, I like to brainstorm about different ideas of like film. I think you guys kind of know that I'm in film as well outside of football, where I'm thinking about ideas. And then lo and behold, before you know it, that clock is going off. And you're like, oh man, 3 minutes has passed. So doing that prehab every morning is really important for me. While I'm taking care of my ankles, I'm taking care of my joints, all these different things. So take care of your body. Number 2, definitely take care of your body. And then number 3, I would say the last thing that really keeps me like around is just being a good person, man. Being a good person, not taking relationships or connections for granted. Like I can definitely rest assured with my career that every locker room I've been in, every coaching staff I've been around, I'm sure someone has learned something from me and they respect me because of I've done right by them. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna keep it real with them. I'm gonna keep 100 with them. I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything, but at the same time, I'm gonna nurture them in the times that they need to be nurtured. And I think when you're in a salad bowl of like a locker room of the NFL where everyone's from different walks of life, man, sometimes the main thing that's missing for a winning team is just like universal love, man. You know what I mean? Just loving your brother, allowing people to feel like they're seen, allowing people to feel like they're heard, because we all going through different things, man. But at the same time, we all want to see each other win. And the more and more you can tell people that like, I appreciate you, the more and more you can tell people that like, yo, I see you working hard and it's going to pay off, the more they're going to be responsive to you on the field when they see you busting your ass and they see you working hard. They like, I can't let Ameer down. I can't let my teammates down because he believes in me. And I trust that he believes in me because he reinforces that every day by his attitude and the love that he spreads, man. And I think that is contagious. And that's something that is invaluable when it comes to leading a team, which has allowed me to get some of the contracts I've gotten later in my career. And, in moments where people would think like, oh, Ameer, I'm 32 now, a running back that's much older, played a lot of ball, but I'm still getting contract offers because they see the value of not only me as a player, but as a leader on the team as well.
That's big. That's big. Well, listen, we're going to throw it to break, but when we come back, I got to throw this question at you. You've been out of the country. I want to talk a little bit about what you've been doing out of the country or where you've been. And then, because I always like to hear different monuments, and I know you go to interesting places. You just not in one spot.
Mm-hmm.
And talk a little bit about that movie stuff. What kind of movies you running down now? What are you trying to do here?
For sure.
All right, 93.7 The Ticket. I'm with
the Black Shirt
and
Box.
Who else?
Emma Spence.
Yes, right. We'll be right back.
Batter up. Join us this summer at Haymarket Park for 50 action-packed Salt Dogs games running now through August. Visit saltdogs.com for updates on everything you need to know about weekly promotions, giveaways, and special events. That's where you'll find the latest updates to make sure you catch all the excitement and never miss a homestand you want to attend. Haymarket Park is your ticket to fun all summer long. Visit saltdogs.com to get your tickets and unleash the fun.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Support Matt Talbot Kitchen and Outreach on Give to Lincoln Day. Your gift will be received by a portion of Lincoln Community Foundation's matching fund. Homelessness is a complex problem facing our community. By working together, we can find solutions. Your donation for Give to Lincoln Day moves us closer to ensuring that everyone in Lincoln has a safe place to sleep at night. Because of your generosity, hope lives here. Give anytime through May 29th at givetolincoln.com.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
Memorial Day is coming up quickly, and you know what that means. Grilling season. You know what's more embarrassing than an overcooked piece of meat? A dirty, disgusting, and grimy grill. Let the pros at Husker Grill Cleaning get you ready for grilling season. They'll take your grill apart piece by piece, scrub every inch, and reassemble it so your grill can look and perform its best. Visit their website at huskergrillcleaning.com today to schedule your appointment. Husker Grill Cleaning, serving Lincoln, Omaha, Malcolm, and more.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
This is it, Husker fans, your final chance to see Nebraska baseball at home this season. It starts Tuesday, May 6th with a huge rivalry matchup against Creighton. Then it's a Big Ten showdown as the Huskers host Michigan May 9th through 11th. Every game matters and your support can make the difference. Great seats are still available, but they're going fast. Get your tickets today at huskers.com/tickets or by calling 1-800-8-BIG-RED.
Midwest Bank is now hiring in Lincoln. They have multiple banking positions open and are looking for dynamic individuals passionate about helping others and building relationships. With a family-friendly culture, competitive benefits, and unique perks, Midwest Bank is a great place to start a new career. Apply today at midwest.bank. Midwest Bank is an equal opportunity employer, member FDIC.
Are you a fan of local wine, craft beers, cider, or spirits? Don't miss SIP Nebraska's 12th anniversary celebration May 9th and 10th at Mahoney State Park and join others who share your passion for great drinks. Enjoy unlimited tastings, live music, delicious food, artisans, and lawn games as you celebrate Nebraska's vibrant beverage industry. And when you find one you love, you can buy a bottle to take home. Choose your ticket package at sipnebraska.com. The SIP Nebraska Spring Festival, a Blur event, May 9th and 10th at Mahoney State Park in Ashland. Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Noticing more dust at home? It may be time for duct cleaning from Bryant. Breathe easy and healthy. Call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Back with Vershan Jackson, powered by Bauer on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
God, Bach. What, Bach? Come on. You know what you're supposed to have brought it back with.
Oh, we're doing that next segment, I think.
Oh, okay. 93.7 The Ticket. Fastest 2 hours in radio. 2 segments to go. We still got Ameer Abdullah with us. Ameer, you know, I asked you that question before we got off. I can't remember the question because I've been hit a few times.
That's crazy. But the question was
I busted him up at practice a couple of times.
The question was what I got going on, you know, when I leave the country, you know, what have I experienced, what have I seen, and what's going on with film? That's what you were asking.
Absolutely. I was just making sure CT wasn't setting in on YouTube.
Okay, I passed the test, flying colors. But yeah, man, I was just out the country for a little bit for a number of things. First and foremost, I was out the country actually filming on a TV show I'm on a TV show that's actually filmed out in London. It's my second major acting role. My first one was last summer in a movie called Breaking the Cycle. The movie comes out actually this summer of this year. It's a story about this guy named Jarnell Stokes. He was an NBA player that had a pretty rough upbringing. You know, growing up in Memphis, Tennessee. Actually, I played the antagonist, so I played the bad guy in that movie. Can y'all imagine that? Can y'all imagine me being the
No,
bad guy?
I could not.
Perfect, because it's gonna blow your mind. It's when I still have my dreadlocks and everything. Actually, I just cut my hair, y'all. I cut my hair. I don't know if y'all know.
You know what? I didn't even pay attention to that. You
Yeah,
did
man.
cut.
Okay, yeah.
Real live Amir.
You know what I'm saying? This the app. This the Nebraska app diggity right here. But yeah, man. I've definitely over the last film has always been in my repertoire. I've always been good with a camera. I was the kid that took all the photos at the events and stuff like that. And I used to do some creative directing for Lululemon early in my career and stuff. So photography, cinematography has always been in my arsenal, but I've just now really kind of transitioned to major film as a camera operator, but also as an actor. Acting has been something that's been picking up more and more for me, which is something I never really expected in my life. I'm much more typically the guy behind the camera, directing or shooting something as opposed to the person trying to portray the story. But it's been a journey that's been really, really interesting. And I'm actually not bad, man. I'm actually not bad. I'm thinking about going to acting school. I got into the same acting school that Will Smith went to in LA, and I'm kind of weighing my options right now just because it would take like pretty much my entire summer up for me to do. They work on like a trimester, type of situation. So it would take up like my whole summer. So I'm not sure if I'll do it this go around because I'm still training for ball and everything. But yeah, so I was out the country a little bit, acting on a TV show out in London. And then I spent some time also in the Netherlands filming as well. I was there actually filming a short film of my own there. I've gotten into just producing my own content as well. Just started my own production company called Gemini Bros Production. Me and my brother Kareem, who's a sound engineer. And then most recently, I was in Ghana with Ben Crump. I don't know if you guys know who Ben Crump is. I'm sure you guys do know who Ben Crump is. Civil, for those listening who don't know, the #1 civil rights attorney in America, represented George Floyd's family, Trayvon Martin, Sandra Bland, all those different families that were, struck in by police brutality. And me and him, we've become good friends through another friend of mine who is his personal photographer. And he invited me down to Ghana because he was invited by the ambassador of Ghana. Her name is Erica Bennett, to an investment summit to speak about how we can continue to expand the African diaspora and reconnect the sixth region, which is the Black Americans who were dropped off here from the transatlantic slave trade from the west coast of Africa and Brazil, Central America, and as well as North America, where we reside, to reconnect us intellectually and physically to the motherlands of the Western, coastal nations of Sierra Leone, Senegal, Ghana, Burkina Faso, Nigeria, all these countries that are all kind of going through their own revolution and are calling for the Pan-African movement to continue to grow, and this attention towards really taking back the resources and the ability to export and manufacture their own resources in Africa. Because I'm sure, as you guys know, the land of Africa has been exploited by, so many nations for so long. It's the richest, continent in the world in terms of natural resources, but they don't own a lot of that stuff. And the societies and the economics there have struggled for years because of that. Education is lacked because of that. But now we're in a place where a lot of people are reconnecting to their roots, doing 23andMe and understanding that because even though we are different now because of what we've been through our own experience as Black Americans, we still at our roots have a connection to that Western African core. And there are other options for us in terms of investing and building infrastructure back in those places that not only can be lucrative for us, but can return Africa to a place of an economic powerhouse to kind of cut out the middleman of all these countries that have gone in and extracted all these things back to their lands and are putting labels on it saying made in China or made in the US or made in France, when we know dang well all those, resources come from Africa. So it was a brilliant and beautiful experience to be down there and to speak with the Ministry of Tourism about how I can continue to expand the reach of American football down there and how beneficial learning the intangibles of accountability, building your own disciplines through the game of football can help them build, better young men as well down there. It was truly a beautiful trip, VJ. And then I did some side missions on the way. I'm the king of side missions. I do a lot of side missions. I did I did a style.
When I be hitting you up and I'd be like,
I know, man. I felt bad, man. I looked at my phone one day, y'all. I had like 10 missed calls from VJ. I was like, man, he gonna start a smear campaign on 93.7 The Ticket, man. He gonna start talking bad about me. But I did a short trip to Dubai as well, man. I got to visit the Grand Mosque, which is one of the 7 wonders of the world. It was a truly humbling experience. Obviously growing up Muslim, it was something that was really beautiful and holistic for me. But now I'm back. I'm back here in Las Vegas, back on the grind, man.
man, you never cease to amaze me, bro, about everything outside of football. I know everybody wants us to talk about football, but there's life after football for all football players, gymnasts, anybody who plays sports. At some point, you're going to have to get back into the real world. And it's good that you are transitioning. You know that your time might be coming to an end in the NFL, but then another door is going to have to open up, in another realm. And you're just going to
No question. No question, man. I've always said that even in my days in Nebraska, man, I hope I can find some of these interviews because I used to say this all the time. I'm an athlete by trade. I'm an artist by spirit, man. I'm really moved by art. I'm moved by the art of being human. I think a lot of people have kind of removed the art of what it means to be a human, the way we move, the way we operate, the way we think. It's a beautiful art to it when you start to, slow down and take more time with the little things that you do in life. And football is just one stroke of my paintbrush, man. It really is. And that's for any athlete, honestly. Like, we're very, very capable. And I think the blessing that we've all received as college athletes, professional athletes, high school athletes, wherever level of athleticism that you went through, is you are able to build some intangibles that can really take you through life, like discipline, waking up at early hours, building a schedule, being accountable to that. Man, it's a statistic out there that I think 86% of people who are hired by Fortune 500 companies are former student athletes. They do that on purpose because they know that student athletes can withstand the rigors of the day-to-day workload that they're going to be asked to do at these high-end jobs. Whether it's day trading or whatever it may be, they know that they can work on a team, they can transition quickly when things change, and they know that they can be disciplined and reliable. Where a lot of people who don't grow up in sports, I don't want to, talk bad about them, but I honestly think like we have an advantage because we have gone through a institutionalized like system that really drilled in discipline, accountability, show up, be a good teammate. That like, man, if you just take that same template that you had or if you can remember and copy and paste that in anything else you're going to do in life, there's no reason why you shouldn't be successful. There's absolutely no reason why you shouldn't be successful. So, I mean, you call it life after football. I call it the beginning of life, to be honest. You know what I mean? Because like, it's like, honestly, to me, it gets easier. To me, it gets easier because it's like, I'm sure Emma can speak to it, man. All those late nights, early mornings that you're putting in work in college, and you just like, bro, this is tough. This is really tough. Some of those injuries you got to come back from, all those different things that you're, going on in your mind when you're going through a lot of adversity. A lot of things in life don't really throw you those type of monkey wrenches, man. A lot of the toughest battles you face, you've already put behind you. So now it's just, picking up that same template and putting it somewhere else.
Well, you 6'13", you will be 33.
32. I'll be 32.
You'll be 32 years
I'm
old.
turning 32 this year.
So that's 6 days after our camp, Emma. He's going to have a birthday. I don't know where he's going to be at, but we're going to make sure we have a little birthday party for you that weekend.
Pull up to the camp, Emma. Pull up. Talk to the kids. Give them some wisdom.
Okay, so we got one more segment, but I'm gonna throw these questions at you before and see if you remember them again coming out of the break. You know what I mean? I think number one, being that this was your 10th season, you played at a high level at Vegas. What was your most memorable game? 2, what was the hardest you've been hit? 3, who was the best defense? 4, I'll think about 4 when we come back. 93.6. We'll be right back.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Spring Sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine. When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake. Midwest Bank is now hiring in Lincoln. They have multiple banking positions open and are looking for dynamic individuals passionate about helping others and building relationships. With a family-friendly culture, competitive benefits, and unique perks, Midwest Bank is a great place to start a new career. Apply today at midwest.bank. Midwest Bank is an equal opportunity employer, member FDIC.
Your sprinklers are watering the street or flooding your backyard. If you're on a list that doesn't exist, it's time for Judson Irrigation. At Judson Irrigation, Lee or Lacey or Judson will make an appointment. You pick the time and they'll be there to fix your sprinkler system. Now that's service, a dying art these days.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Noticing more dust at home? It may be time for duct cleaning from Bryant. Breathe easy and healthy. Call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Lincoln's new craft cocktail lounge is Bar 48 in Lincoln. Located at 2639 North 48th Street, Bar 48 offers everything from cocktails to beer to wine and so much more. With summer right around the corner, you can always enjoy Bar 48's frozen beverages. Follow them on Facebook to stay up to date on their live music performances every Saturday night. Make plans to visit Bar 48 on North 48th Street in the heart of the University Place neighborhood today.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code early for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
This is it, Husker fans, your final chance to see Nebraska baseball at home this season. It starts Tuesday, May 6th with a huge rivalry matchup against Creighton. Then it's a Big Ten showdown as the Huskers host Michigan May 9th through 11th. Every game matters and your support can make the difference. Great seats are still available, but they're going fast. Get your tickets today at huskers.com/tickets or by calling 1-800-8-BIG-RED. Are you a fan of local wine, craft beer, cider, or spirits? Don't miss SIP Nebraska's 12th anniversary celebration May 9th and 10th at Mahoney State Park and join others who share your passion for great drinks. Enjoy unlimited tastings, live music, delicious food, artisans, and lawn games as you celebrate Nebraska's vibrant beverage industry. And when you find one you love, you can buy a bottle to take home. Choose your ticket package at sipnebraska.com. The SIP Nebraska Spring Festival, a Blur event, May 9th and 10th at Mahoney State Park in Ashland.
I tried to hide my cigarette smoking. Then I was rushed into emergency surgery to repair the damage smoking did to my heart. It shocked everyone because they thought I was healthy. Yet because I smoked, I had a severe heart condition that nearly killed me. My tip is, you may be able to hide your smoking from the world, but you can't hide from the damage smoking does to your body.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Cobble Chevrolet GMC, and they're having the biggest hail sale they've ever had. A huge opportunity is at your front door right now. Some of these cars we're fixing, some we're not, and some it's totally up to you. New Sierra starting at $15,000 off list. New Canyons at $8,500 off list. New body styles on the Acadias, $3,000 off list. You need to hurry as there's going to be a lot of people heading to Louisville. Check us out at cobblecars.com. Stock numbers G121492, G187747, and G196599.
Hey!
Back with Vershan Jackson. Powered by Bauer on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Yeah. I lost my baby in a pool game.
He lost his baby.
I lost my baby in a pool game, and I know.
He know.
And I can't go home.
He can't go home. He can't go home.
I said, I know, I can't go home.
Yeah, come on, Terrell.
I lost my baby in a pool game.
He lost his baby.
I lost my baby in a pool game, and I know. And I can't go home.
He can't go home. He can't go home.
I said, I know, I can't go home.
This is the breakdown, Emma.
I lost my baby in a pool game.
He lost his baby.
I lost my baby in a pool game.
He lost his baby.
I lost my baby in a pool game, and I know.
Oh,
I just can't go home.
that's right. Thank you very much. Another edition of I Lost My Baby at a Pool Game.
We lost Ameer too.
That's all right. We lost Ameer. Dang, he might call back in. Who knows? Emma, what do you think about that? I lost my baby at a pool game.
I had no idea what to expect there. You're like, ready? And I'm like, what?
Emma, what did you think about the show?
It was great. You guys have so much fun doing it,
Yeah.
and it makes it so much fun when you're actually doing it because
Sure.
of that. Yeah.
Well, we glad that you came. We got to make sure we hook you up with Claire.
Okay.
Football camp, all that stuff. You coming back though, right? You coming back to the show?
Yeah.
Yeah. You gave me dates, so you got to make sure you just coming back being a co-host.
Yeah. Just let me know. Now that I'm done with school and practice, I'm a lot more free.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's all good. You know, it makes the show go by that much faster when I can look at somebody other than Bach in the black shirt. just that's how it goes.
You boy back.
Okay. Ameer.
Yo.
You want to give me those? We run it down to the last 2 minutes of the show.
Got you. The question was, in year 10, what was my favorite game, most memorable game? Actually, was the specific question. I would say was the New Orleans Saints game. I went for $115 rushing, and I had like another 30 receiving. The reason why that game is memorable because I was dealing with a foot injury going into that game, man. You know how it is. It's crazy. Like, you play some of your better games when you be hurt, man, or sick. It's always crazy. Where went into that game and I didn't even warm up, bro. I didn't, because my foot was like that sore. I was like, man, I'm about to just let that adrenaline take over. But you know, in warm-ups, adrenaline ain't on you yet. It ain't on you. So I was like, I literally didn't warm up until we put the pads on. Like I sat in the locker room the whole time. And I went out there, man, and I had my best rushing game of the season. That was really memorable. And then your next question was, what was the hardest hit I ever took in the league?
No,
It was
this past year.
this past year. Oh, this past year? I didn't really get hit hard this year, man. I really didn't, man. The league getting soft. These boys ain't they're not hitting how they used to hit, bro. They really not, man. A lot of guys don't want to tackle like that no more, man. You got your guys, of course, but I didn't really get hit this year that hard. Trying to think, bro. Really trying to think.
That's good to know.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I was delivering the blows this year. Now I do remember I had a block against, I forgot what number. I think his last name is Chanel. He plays for the Chiefs. I smacked Buddy. Nah, like that was. Woo, I put it on him, bro. Put it on him. It was a blitz. It was a big third down. Jacoby Myers came down with a big grab, but he blitzed. He blitzed on like a green dog blitz, where like he acted like he was dropping his own, and then he came right back to the blitz, smacked him. And he's a big dude, man. I smacked him. So that was the biggest hit I delivered this year. I would definitely say for sure was that one. But in my career, man, the hardest hit I took was Navarro Bowman. Still to this day. Oh my God. Oh my God. It was my first year in the league, man. It was the second to last game. And I caught a swing pass. It was kind of similar to how Reggie Bush got hit against the Eagles when he played the Saints that one time. Yeah. Man, I caught a swing pass and the corner came up to make the tackle. I gave him a 1-2. I cut inside. Navarro Bowman literally picked me up. My feet were off the ground, dangling like a newborn baby, and he baptized me on the ground. I ended up tearing my labrum. I tore my labrum. I needed shoulder surgery after that hit.
Hey.
Shoulder surgery. I was almost to the finish line. Season was almost over. We weren't making the playoffs. We weren't that good. I was just trying to make it to the finish line, but he had other plans. He had other plans for sure. But and then the next question you said was, I think you said, let's see, you said most memorable game. You said biggest hit.
Who's the best player to you?
Oh, the best defense. You said the best defense I played against.
Yeah.
Let's think, man. I would say the best defense we played against last year probably was the Baltimore Ravens.
Still.
Yeah, still. They're just very consistent, man. They play very sound. And then they're one team that, like, they like to tackle. They like to tackle. And everyone's big on that defense. Like, they like big, tall corners. Marlon Humphreys. They got a safety, Kyle Hamilton, really tall guy. DNs are really big. Linebackers, Roquan Smith. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got guys who fly around. They're very well coached. They play a gap defense, right? You know, they play a 3-4. So they're playing gaps. Everyone is supposed to be in a certain spot. So when you play those gap defenses, you know, the D linemen have like long orangutan arms. Like their arms are enormous because you know they lock out and they just looking around blocks the whole time. So I would definitely say the Baltimore Ravens were the best defense we played, but ironically we beat them that game.
Wow. So listen, real quick, 106 touches. He had 2 fumbles, 1 loss. What was the loss? Which game was that? You remember? Because
Pittsburgh. Well, they counted a muff punt as a fumble, which I feel like hot take. Throw that bull crap out, bro. If you muff a punt, you never possess it. How the heck is that a fumble? I don't like that statistic, bro. I really don't. I've always felt like that was kind of weak, but I digress on that point. It was against the Pittsburgh Steelers was the one that I lost, man. I was on the goal line too. I was having a great game. I got us down to the 1. We went hurry up offense, which I did not like that call because we were gassed, man. We were probably on like a, no lie, it was like a 15-play drive, bro. So we're all gassed. We're on the goal line. I break a tackle. I get to like the 1. I thought I scored on the play, but my knee was down. So he tried to go hurry up, which I feel like we should have just slowed down, taken our time, got a good call. So we called a hurry up play. Half the O-line heard one call. Half the O-line heard another call. I got the right call. I go the right way, but the right side of O-line goes the left way, and they leave perennial All-Pro TJ Watt unblocked. So once I get the ball, I'm still trying to seat the ball, from the handoff. I'm still trying to seat the ball in the cradle of the arm. He punched it out. Punched it out right on the goal line, and they recovered it. I was so mad, bro. I was more mad at the coach. Of course, you mad when you put the ball on the ground, but I was so mad at the coach because I was just like, bro, I just broke a run that gave us a fresh new set of downs. We didn't have to hurry up. The only time you really need to hurry up is if you catch a pass that's kind of questionable and they may review it, or you know what I mean. I'm just like, bro, what are we rushing for? I really didn't understand it, bro. But that was the one fumble. That was the one fumble.
Hey, you don't want to miss it. Ameer Abdullah, 2nd annual football camp, Lincoln Sports Foundation.
Yes.
7 on all platforms. Go look at it. Sign up now. If you sign up early, it's $50. If you wait till the day of the camp, it's going to be $100. So I'm telling you, sign up early. Get signed up early. Ameer, you got to come back, right?
I got to be back, man. Lincoln, definitely show up, show out, man. I miss you guys. I really want to continue to do these camps, man. I really want to grow this to something much bigger than just, playtime for the kids, man. I really want to bring a market of a focused satellite camp to Lincoln, where talent from around the country is coming together to commune over the sport of football, and this is the start. This is the start. Me and BJ, Amon, we've talked about this. So I hope you guys definitely show up June 7th. I'll be in town for a little while. Shoot, I may even do like a little free meet and greet and give out some of my jerseys that I've designed, man. I'm looking forward to being back.
All right, man, we appreciate you. Ameer Abdullah, thank you
I'll be
again.
waiting on that jersey, sir.
Yeah, well, you're going to be waiting.
I wasn't talking about you, though. This is great. I'm talking about the kids, man. Talking about the kids.
He is a kid. Hey, listen, that's what I'm saying, Ameer. He is a
I
kid.
got you in the jersey, though.
The jerseys go to the kids. Thanks again, Ameer. I'll be talking to you. I'll be calling you Emma. Spence, any last words, Emma?
Go Big Red.
Whoa! Emma said, go Big Red. What do you got, Bob?
Oh, more playoff basketball tonight.
All right, Terrell.
Call of Duty.
As usual. Listen, you guys be nice. It's supposed to be a great weekend. Fastest 2 hours in radio is out. Ameer Abdullah. Don't forget, June 7th. We'll see y'all Monday.
Get ready for the largest dirt late model event in Nebraska, race fans. The Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series is heading to Eagle Raceway's High Bank Heist on Thursday, May 15th through Saturday, May 17th. See the greatest dirt late model stars in the country compete for $10,000 to win on